my speech is about love's effect on the heart and the brain. Um, so, what truly is love? Is it an emotion? Is it a chemical in our brain? And how does it affect our hearts and how we act in everyday life? Some people find it easier to fall in love than others. So, basically, what is love to you? What is it to me? Is it an emotion? To me, it's an emotion. To scientists, it's a scientific chemical effect on the brain that leads to different processes throughout the body. Um, so everyone falls in love, whether they believe it or not, one point in their life, whether it's for eternity or if it's for just a short period of time in their life. Someone will catch your eye and you will fall in love. No, I haven't fallen in love yet, but there's an opportunity that that could happen sooner or later. Um, so coming from Pat, a professor at the Louisiana University of Health Services, um, he says that love is a chemical effect on the brain. So there are different levels of substances such as dopamine, adrenaline, and neuromorphine, which increase two people to fall in love. It creates two people to fall in love. Dopamine creates feelings of euphoria, while adrenaline and the other are responsible for the beating of the heart, fast paces, fast races, and anything people perceive love to be, especially in cartoons. So there's a phrase, love is blind. And in a sense, it is true because we idealize our partner in a sense that we see no flaw with them at first. For a long period of time, you see nothing that could be wrong with them. And whether they're beautiful to you or to someone else, it's your decision and it's your preference. As stated by Dr. Mumby from Loyola, MRI scans also have proven to light up certain levels of the brain when someone is in love. The blood flow increases to a certain area, and then our brain is implicated in obsessive compulsive behaviors. So psychologists have noted that it takes about between 90 seconds and 4 minutes to see if someone has fallen in love or not. And it's not always in the verbal, 55% of it is body language, 38% is tone of voice, and 7% is actual physical presentation and how they speak and what they say. So Helen Fisher from Ruskin University states there are 3 stages of love: lust, attraction, and attachment. So lust is the first part and is driven by sex hormones. So it's the rush feeling you get when you find the first stages of love, which people often confuse lust for. You can't think of anything else. You can't think of anyone else. Science think that the main neurotransmitters are involved, including serotonin. The second phase is attraction, and they believe the 3 neurotransmitters for this stage are adrenaline, dopamine, and serotonin. Again, so the first state of attraction is adrenaline, and it's the initial state of falling for someone, and it activates your stress response. It increases your blood level. It's a charming effect when you unexpectedly bump into your new love. Your heart races again, you sweat, your mouth goes dry. The second is dopamine, and it's known as love struck. And couples have their brains examined and discover they have high level of neurotransmitters, and it's an intense rush of pleasure. Some say being in love is the same effect as being on cocaine. It has the same effect on the brain as cocaine does. Fisher also suggests that couples often show signs of surging dopamine, so increased energy, lack of sleep, lack of focused attention, and exquisite delight for the smallest details in their partner. And lastly, the third stage of attraction is serotonin, and it says it's one of the most important chemicals and explains why when you're falling in love, they keep popping into your thoughts. They're the only person you constantly think about, and they're what you can see. And last is attachment. There's 3. It's the oxytocin, which is the cuddle hormone, vasopressin, which is another important hormone, and it's long term, and it's what causes commitment, what causes people to commit to their other. And last is the perivols. With vasopressin, the perivols they use as an experiment, and they're far more sex driven um, when taken, when put into, um, when that drug is put into that animal. So basically, love affects us all in different ways, but it does have the same effect coming from the chemicals produced in our brains and how it leads to the heart, and then what you see, what you do see when you are falling in love with your significant other.